Yeah, like uh, welcome, welcome to Vaayusastra's Future Scientist Meet, chapter number 18. So today we got one new speaker who is not from school level, but she is from college level, and she is from Vaayusastra's technical research intern team. And this is first time I'm introducing a college intern to this live presentation. What is Vaayusastra's research intern team? So uh, before few months, not before a year, I got a chance to interact with one of the DRDO scientists, where he was telling me we need more youngsters to join in to do research, to do more innovative things. I was telling him, Vaayusastra has a lot of the team itself have 25 aeronautical like a lot of aeronautical engineers who are 99% of them are 25 and less than 25 years of age. Then he told me randomly, he told me, why don't you start applying for DRDO related projects? Okay, that idea struck me that point. Then immediately I started talking to my uh, CTO and my whole team, and we started signing MOUs with a lot of colleges, and we had a lot of students who already did workshops with us. Then we started finding talents like Sristi, and there are more than right now we are more than 50 or 60 plus technical interns working in various advanced level research projects, something like something related to missile, something related to astronaut suits, army suits, um, memory alloys, like this. There are various topics. So then side by side, the other thing was going school program, Trigger the Spark, where I had like I covered more than 2000 students. Then out of this 2000, there are like almost 100 plus students completed all the 9 levels, where we formed one young researchers crew. So we started doing live sessions in the name of Future Scientist Meet. So slowly this was leading, reaching a lot of places. People started asking now, okay, now these Future Scientist Meet, students get to do one, uh, get to do research about a topic, they do presentation, all in a school level. Now I am thinking, why don't we introduce them actual, the professional level research? So that time, so Sristi is one of the first set of research interns we had, and she is doing her project Astronaut Suits under guidance of Ashwini, our CTO, and with the help of Puvi, our internship and college program coordinator and help. So I thought, why don't we make Sristi to interact with all these future scientists here? And that's how it started. Now, welcome Sristi. To introduce Sristi, I have her profile. So I'm just she's a aerospace engineering student from SRM BTech, and she's in her third year, right? 2021, yes, third year.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
And she has doing her technical research internship at Vaayusastra in EVA astronaut suits and robotic space gloves. I think more than she covered almost 6 months now. Then she is part of SRM SAT Space System Laboratory, and she was part of intern in Ziegler Aerospace, Hyderabad. And she also done her Cube satellite program under Vaayusastra Aerospace. She done her robotics program under Lima Labs. That's another IIT incubator startup. So the profile is like next level. I never got this much opportunity when I was doing my college. So I had to find some like I was in Coimbatore while I was doing my bachelor's. And no, Chennai has this many things to explore. Just the student has to be, uh, if you are passionate and enthusiastic, it will take you to places. Yes, Shristi, welcome to Vaayusastra, and she is going to share her experience, and she is going to uh, do her presentation on her research. And future scientists present here. We have a lot of interesting profiles of future scientists. To tell about this, there's a student called Bhairavi. She started writing her own book about craters. Sristi, it will be published very soon. That book is like 400-page book, and and we have a team of a company called Aerospace now. They already registered. They have their own CEO, CTO is here, Riyansh, and they have their research scientist, and Aman is also here. And we have students. Let me put like this. Then there are more than 4 or 5 companies of a team of students. Okay, that's like a long intro. Okay, Sristi, I think the stage is all yours, and we are online.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. First of all, I welcome like everyone who is like watching, like took out their time to listen to me to get some knowledge. I know you are like super genius and all, but I hope you understand what I tell you today. Okay, so how many of you are interested in astronauts, astronaut suits, and like space things? Can I get a yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I
Student,
see
you can
many
interact.
hands
You can
raised
unmute
up.
yourself and
Yeah. Okay. So to continue with the astronauts, can anyone of you answer what are astronauts? What are their jobs? Like what do they do?
okay. What I do, students can raise your hands. I will unmute you. Okay, Pranav. Okay, Ria. Okay, Pranav, next, Ria, you can. Pranav, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, astronauts are means type of scientists who go to space and research things. Means they find new things.
Yes, you are right, Pranav. You're going on the right track.
Okay, Ria, you can
Okay.
unmute.
Yeah, anyone else? Tarun, I guess, wants to speak.
Yes.
They do
Tarun.
research in space.
Right, Tarun, right. Amazing. Ria, yes, Ria.
They would go to space and research on different things on space.
And yes, Bhairavi, you are also right. Ria, you are also right. Everyone has different opinions and everyone is right in this matter. So, do astronauts go into the space wearing normal clothes like us, or do they like wear some special clothes and then go? What do you think?
Yes. Guys, what do you
Justin?
think? I think you had a session on that as well.
No, specialized suits, right?
Specialized suits. Who is this? Okay, I'll unmute you, Ariansh. You can share your.
Yeah. So actually, they do not wear normal clothes and go into space. They have specific amount of clothes. They have different. They are even different have different clothes to wear inside the rocket. And when they reach space, they have different suits to wear. And when they are on the ISS, they have different suits to wear. So they have many different things designed for them, and they actually need to keep changing the suits according to the situation and the location wherever they are.
Yes, you're totally right on this. Tarun, do you want to say something?
Yes, Tarun. Tarun, you can unmute yourself. Tarun, you can unmute. Okay, he's gone. Okay, I think we got a lot of answer in the chat box.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ria,
Yes,
you can unmute
everyone.
and answer. Yes.
I see people already know, students already know about it.
Yeah, they had a, yeah, they know.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just give a brief information about it by presenting you something. I hope you guys like it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, is my screen visible to all?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so spacesuits and EVA gloves. EVA gloves, extravehicular activity gloves, the activities which are done outside the spacecraft that require a specialized suit, as told by the CTO of our aerospace now. Also, like it is made up of different materials and everything. So we are going to discuss it further. So to start with it, what are astronaut suits? So a space suit or an astronaut suit is a garment which is usually worn to keep human alive in harsh environment. As you all know, there's a very harsh environment in the space, like extreme temperatures, like minimum to maximum temperatures, and you cannot survive in the normal clothes. So we want space suits for that. Okay. So next, it acts like a safety precaution. Okay. Like when there's a loss of pressure in the cabin of the spacecraft, usually the astronauts wear those suits to keep them alive, to keep all the activities continued. So if I ask you, like, what are the needs of a spacesuit? Like, you will tell to keep them alive, like as I told you earlier. But for a fact, it's a fact that if you go into the space without wearing a spacesuit, in 15 seconds, like counting 1 to 15, you'll be dead. Pakka, you cannot survive in this space. Your blood and your like body fluids will boil and freeze, and there's no chance you can survive without a spacesuit. So all the heart vitals, all the functions of your body is taken care by the spacesuit, the pressure of the spacesuit, the oxygen levels in the spacesuit. So as I told you earlier, also there are extreme changes in temperature from 248 degree Fahrenheit to minus 148 degree Fahrenheit, which is like extremes, two extremes in the space. So we need a spacesuit for that. So when an astronaut is doing the EVA, is doing some extravehicular activities, they'll be exposed to various radiations such as solar radiation or cosmic rays. So to protect them from all these rays, we need astronaut suits. Also, the spacecraft, the total temperature can be adjusted and everything by the spacesuits only. Okay, next we have, what does the spacesuit provides? If I ask you guys, like if I wear a spacesuit and I go to the space, so what can a spacesuit provide to me? Because there can be hours I can be working in the space, and there should be everything. Proper amount of everything should be there in this in my spacesuit, so I can work. I can repair solar panels. I can repair anything which happens outside my spacecraft. So its only purpose is like, not only purpose, but few of the purposes are, it supplies oxygen to the astronauts. It acts as a protection system, like from the micrometeoroids and any bombardment material which is in the space. Also, it protects the wearer from the extreme temperatures of the space, removes heat. See, astronauts also sweat in the space. So to remove the excess amount of sweat and everything, astronaut suits have to be worn by the astronauts. Also, it protects you from the solar radiation, it should be a proper size. The astronaut suits should be a proper size, otherwise it can also provide you harm. The astronaut suits recently which are made are unrestricted to any movement, so you can freely move in them. Earlier it was like restricted to some movements, but now it's totally free. You can comfortably work in them. Also, it has a communication system, an airless communication system, because space is airless in vacuum. So it provides a communication system. It is very sensitive in case you want to call someone for help. So it will help you in any way. So these are the components, like these are the things that why do we need an astronaut suit. So this is the sun visor, which you can see over here. It protects you from the direct solar radiations. Okay, then this is the oxygen supply hose, which provides you oxygen all the time when you're working. Then this is the parachute handle, which helps you while you're working and there's some emergency cause and you cannot get back to the space craft. So you need some main parachute handle for that time. Then pressure. Pressure is the most sensitive part in this space. You have to control it, whatever it is. So we have the pressure control system here. Next, we have the capsule oxygen connector. We can connect teethers to the spacecraft and move freely. So this is also there. Then we have here each leg to record every action that is taken by the astronauts. Then if we look into the boots of the astronauts, the astronaut suit or the astronaut boots, we can see there are 4 layers. The comfort liner, which is worn by the astronauts first so that they do not cause any harm to your skin. So that is a comfort liner, okay? Then there's a gas membrane, which like keeps all the gas of the spacesuit inside you intact, which is very important. Also, there is like fire retardant outer layer. Like there can be a fire explosion in the space where you cannot control. So you have to keep a fire resistant, a thermal insulating outer layer in your space suit. Next, we have the stabilizing drag or activation button, which helps you to, like, if you revolve around here and there, so you have to be stabilized somewhere. So if you just press it, there will be a thrust and you will be a little bit of stabilized than your earlier positions. Also, there is a parachute cutaway handle, which is again related in the in case of emergencies, the altimeter to calculate your altitude in the space. Then here we have the emergency reserve parachute handle. In case the first parachute gets damaged, we have an emergency reserve parachute handle. Then we have here the GPS, the IMU, main all the sensors near the chest portion of the astronaut suit. Also, if you guys see, there is mirrors placed on both of the the back of the hand of the astronauts. Why is that? So, can anyone answer why the mirrors are placed on the hands or on the
Yeah, so they raised the hand.
astronauts?
Okay. Unmute, Riyansh, unmute.
Yeah, so it's basically so that you cannot turn behind and check that if the parachute is open or not, and you cannot look up because the suit is very heavy. So it enables us
Right.
you to check that if the parachute has opened or has it failed.
Right. I see. Whatever I'm telling you, you guys already know it. Okay. So, what are the components of a spacesuit? Again, that was why do we need external parts, and this is the components. So again, we have the wiring computer system at the back of our astronaut suits, the primary oxygen tanks in the back of the astronaut suit, and then the containment control carriage again in the backside. Battery we have, and like we have separator fans and motor assembly, which will help us regulate the temperature, as well as it will remove the excess sweat from the astronaut suit. We need that fan for that purpose. Then we have a portable life support system, which is again very, very important. Then we have secondary oxygen cylinders in case we get lost in the space or we get somewhere far up from the spacecraft. We do need a secondary oxygen tank to help the astronauts to live. If you see, the waist below part is called the lower torso assembly, and the upper part is called the upper torso assembly. Okay. Then we have a TV camera which is placed on the helmet. Then we have the helmet. Then I just told you that upper torso, the hard upper torso. Then the gloves, which we are going to discuss in detail a little later. Then lights. Obviously, if you have seen movies like Martian, Interstellar, they all have lights on their helmets, and which helps them very much. So they have water in their spacesuit so that they cannot be hydrated while doing work. So they need to be hydrated all the time. So they have water also inside the spacesuits only. Okay. What do we have next? Next we have what are these components? Like what are the main components again? So a cooling garment. What is a cooling garment in an astronaut suit? Can anyone answer?
Cooling garment in astronaut suit. Who can answer? Okay, CTO Aerospace now. Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically it's a thick covering. It is just shown outside the body of the astronaut, so that even if it is because of the higher temperature in the space, the solar radiation, because of the solar radiations, the astronaut needs to keep cool in the and not sweat. So that is why there's a thick cooling garment in the spacesuit to keep the astronaut cool.
Right. So this cooling garment, as the CTO of our aerospace now just told us, has 300 feet of tubes which has running water in them, which keeps the astronaut body as cool, because I told you, because as the extreme temperatures they need to keep their body cool. Next we have the hard upper torso. This is a lightweight but a hard clothing material of the astronaut, which is connected to the inside of the suit basically. Then we have the gloves. So gloves should be a very comfortable kind of component in a space suit, because every task inside or outside or anywhere in the space require our hand mobility or hand touch or anything. So we need to make sure that our gloves should be as comfortable, so it should help us to do work without any problems. Then the lower torso, which contains the pants, boots, and the lower half below the waist. Then for a fact, there are 16 layer of materials in a space, like in the space astronaut suits. Okay, so starting from the spandex, which is like the cooling garment with 300 feet of tubes, to the thermal layer, the fire resistant layer, which is the outermost layer of the astronaut suit. Then we have the life support system. What is a life support system? It is kind of a backpack which is worn by the astronaut, which controls the oxygen levels and pressurizes the suit completely. Communication system. Communication system is it is a system with a mic and earphones which are in the helmet of the astronaut, so that it can keep the contact from the astronauts which are inside the spacecraft, and they can tell them and guide them accordingly. The helmet. So the helmet is serves as a pressure bubble, which is made of a strong plastic and helps to keep the pressure inside the suit only. So these are some of the materials which I just listed. So spandex, which is the innermost, then nylon tricot, then urethane coated nylon, dacron. So these layers are usually used to make astronaut suits, gloves, boots, and everything. Okay, so these materials are basically very flexible, very comfortable according to the space. There's a well done research on all these materials. So these have been are in use from the past until present. So I hope you guys just learn these few names, like it will be helpful in your future. Okay, so what are these spacesuits made up of? So all these materials only, the aluminized mylar with dacrons, 2 layers of the heat protection system, the nylon, which is helped to control the pressure of the astronaut suits. Then we have the Teflon. Teflon is a material which is coated on a material, on the another material, which is a non-flammable for the protection of the sun rays or any harsh rays. Teflon will definitely protect you from those radiations. EMU, the extramolecular mobility unit, is for the astronauts to move around in the space, to walk in the space, to do spacewalks in space, to repair anything with the damage caused by meteoroids or anything. They have to repair anything, so EMU is used for that. Also, the EMU has 13 layers again, the inner cooling layer to an thermal micrometeoroid garment layer, which protects them from the sharp material. Like any meteoroid, if hits an astronaut, they'll get a push against the meteoroid, but the garment will not be torn. Isn't that amazing? Like sharp object, the garment cannot be torn in any ways. It's made up of that strong material. Again, see, so this is the evolution of the spacesuits that we see from 1969 to 2021. see how the shape of the helmet changes. Till date, we still use this shape of the helmet. So starting from a common like structure of the spacesuit, and we have evolved a lot. And yeah, so astronaut gloves, as I told you, is a very important feature of the astronaut spacesuit and has to be made care with very carefully, very precisely according to the astronaut hands. It cannot be made like your winter gloves or something so that it can fit anyone. It has to be very precise. Every finger has to be very, what do I say, very like in proper size and shape. So astronaut gloves. So these astronaut gloves keep the astronaut hands warm, dry, safe. And as I told you, special designers, special fabrication people are assigned to this task to make the gloves very comfortable to them. So what are the materials again used to make the astronaut gloves? So this.
If you are in between, if you want to stop and interact on a specific topics, because most of
Okay.
the kids had this session about the suits, so they have the
Okay.
basic idea what you are telling.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not like, yeah. So you can, if in between, if you can stop and interact with them, I can allow unmute and all this.
Okay, okay. So here we are done with the basic introduction of the spacesuit. If anyone have any kind of questions for the spacesuit part, then I can answer that, and then we can move further to the glove
Yes.
part.
Two participants raised.
Yes, Tarun.
Tarun.
Yes, Riya.
Okay, Tarun, you can unmute yourself. Tarun. Yes.
Do we have a quiz today?
No quiz. Not in Shristi's session because she is very new to this. Maybe from next session, I will ask her to prepare a quiz. So we
What
usually
Tarun wants
have
to
this
give.
thing. After presentation, the presenter conducts a quiz.
Okay. Tarun, if you want a quiz, then we can surely have it.
Okay. Ria, you can unmute yourself.
Is the spacesuit is heavy or light to the astronaut?
How
See,
heavy
it's
it is?
very heavy if we weigh it on the earth, but on space the mass or the weight doesn't matter at all. The spacesuit is just for the protection. It is if we wear it in space, it's very lightweight and it's very comfortable. So astronauts can completely and like comfortably work in those.
Okay. Pranav, you can unmute.
Sir, I can't believe how the spacesuit looked in 1969.
Right.
It's
like
when we used to
Right,
we
right.
wear that type of.
it's like on war.
Yeah. People used to go in those suits, Pranav.
Okay. So anyone have anything to share or discuss? You can raise your hands. I'll unmute you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, anything, anyone.
Again, yeah. Pranav again raised his hand.
Yeah, Pranav.
Yes, Pranav.
Sir,
Yeah.
I wanna ask that in the first suit, we can see a hole, this glass type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
now we use glass.
Yes.
Hey, Tarun, you're putting round in all the space.
Yes. Earlier in 1969, Pranav, we did not have any communication systems inside the astronaut helmets. But slowly and steadily, when we discovered that we can pressurize everything and we can keep the oxygen levels, we can provide water to the astronauts, the bubble shape was made, and it has a protection visor for the astronauts, which also protect them from the sun rays, which was not in 1969, as you can see. Pranav, is your doubt cleared?
Yes, so we
Okay.
can continue.
So can we move further?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, someone raised a hand, Yuga. Yes,
Yeah.
Yuga.
I have a doubt. Is there any possibilities for the astronaut suit to evolve more in the future?
Yes. You cannot stop any innovation anywhere. You yourself, being a student, can also innovate new things into the astronaut suits. You can make them robotic. You can make the astronaut suits more robotic side, on the robotic side. Instead of humans doing all the work, you can add more motors, actuators in the astronaut suit, which can provide astronauts an external help so that they do not have to flex their muscles a lot in the space, as it requires a lot of pressure and force on the muscles. So we can provide motors and actuators in the spacesuit to reduce their workload.
Okay. Sristi, you have I got a personal message. Jagu, I want to speak about my designed space suit, which is made for the rocket and space as well, and it's as well for ISS.
Okay.
So I want some inputs or guidance from Sristi. Sure, sure. I can tell the name. Rian, sure, Rian. I'll connect Sristi with you. So you can ask your doubts anytime. And along with that, there are like 6 to 7 people are doing research in this thing. I can connect you.
Yes, sure.
Okay, Naman has a question.
Yes, Naman.
Yes, Naman.
So you just talked about the evolution of spacesuits, right?
Right.
So as it keeps evolving, what do you think will be the next like evolution of any attachments or any like?
Yeah. If you see my end point to the astronaut suits, then okay, I'll ask you a simple question about it. Do you think that robots can work efficiently in the space, or humans should only be sent to the space? What do you think?
It's a hard choice to pick because
Right?
robots have a lot of capabilities same to humans because they created it
Humans
and
can use their brains anytime, but robots can only use what information is fed to them by the humans, right?
yes, they cannot think, right?
Okay, so what if I combine the abilities of the robots to this manual spacesuits by adding some of the motors, actuators, and anything in the spacesuits? What do you think of this idea, Naman?
Yeah, that would be great. Motors would be very a good idea.
Yeah.
Traveling faster in space would
So
do.
it will be a combination of robots and humans.
And to the fact that fire won't even space cannot be flammable because it's vacuum,
Right?
even more better.
Right. So is it a good idea? Should I work on it then?
Yeah, well, there could be a much more ideas about it that could be added to the evolution of the space.
Right.
Sristi,
Any idea which you
if
have?
you want teammates to work with, I got a lot of people here. You can pick bunch of 10 to 20 students and take them.
Naman, do you have some idea which you want to share so that
Maybe like a miniature device that actually works like a telescope, maybe something like that.
okay, that
And
is
it
not
will
a
help
bad
to
idea.
see or explore planets much better.
Yes, Naman, we can totally use that. I'll follow up your idea definitely.
Okay.
Let me just continue. We have a lot to interact.
Yeah. Okay, so astronaut gloves, as I told you, it is an important part to design for the astronauts. It helps to keep the astronaut hands warm, dry, and safe in the space environment. So, what materials are basically used to make a glove? So, if I go to the space and I want to work, because of the extreme temperature, the pressure falls, and the hands are freezing cold. You cannot work in those temperatures at all. So what scientists did was pretty amazing. If you see, they actually put small miniature battery powered heaters in each of the fingers. In each of the fingers of the astronaut gloves, they put a miniature battery powered heaters so that it could provide constant heat to the astronaut gloves so that they can work comfortably without any problem. Isn't that amazing, guys?
Right, so they need to, guys, you can, yeah, they can only chat. They need to raise their hands to interact.
Yeah.
Students, you can raise your hands to interact.
So, yeah. So basically, the glove is made up of a steel chromium fabric, which is known as chromium R material, which is coated on silicon, which makes it a smoother surface and which basically prevent it from fragmentation. If you see the fingertips of the glove, they are basically made of silicon rubber, because these tips are basically touch sensitive. So you want it to work in one go. You cannot delay functions in the space at all. So we need special kind of rubber for that, and we use the silicon rubber for that purpose only. Again, as we discussed, the layers in the astronaut suits, we have the same layers in the astronaut gloves, including we do not have the spandex, the cooling garment for the gloves. Instead, we have the heaters for the glove. I see Pranav having a hand in his.
One minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that the
It's
Your
nothing.
hand.
Thor? Yeah.
No, it's Thanos hand.
Oh, Thanos,
Thanos.
sorry.
Oh, here we got hands of Thanos.
It was down over here, and while I looked on gloves, I just took it off.
Yeah, it will help you understand better, I guess. Okay, so we have the restraint layer, which helps the. So astronaut gloves has to be in shape all the time. It cannot, an astronaut cannot just have any punches in the gloves, because it has, like, every work has to be done by the gloves. So we have a restraint layer which fits over, which basically maintains the shape of the hand. Then we have the thermal micrometeoroid garment, which is a TMG layer, which protects them, like it adds an extra protection against the traveling objects and the sharp objects. Okay. Then if you can see here are these clips, which is on the astronaut hands, which keep the everything intact in your, like, everything, the comfort can be adjusted by these hands. You can lose or tighten them according to your purpose. Okay, so what were the challenges when the astronaut went to the space? They had certain complaints by the scientists which made who made these gloves. So what were the challenges faced by the astronauts? What do you think? The scientists worked day and night to make the design perfect. Still, they had some complaints. What do you think the complaints can be?
Yeah. I need to repeat that.
Naman, do you want to speak something?
No, I forgot to log.
Okay, you can put your comments in chat box. Then we can discuss.
Yes. Okay.
Design challenges. What are the design challenges? Guys, you can think and interact. What could be the design challenge?
Okay, so first I'll tell you, the gloves were, earlier the gloves were not custom made. They were loose for some astronauts and they were tight for some astronauts. So what I think someone's answered, yeah, difficult to remove from hand, right? Right, Ria? So what happened was, they did not have the perfect size. So while going like before 6 months of the mission, the designers, the scientists, and everyone in the team designs glove according to the astronaut hand size. Every astronaut has a different glove, and they cannot share it because it's a custom size made glove, and which is very comfortable as compared to the previous gloves. Okay, then if you see the if you wear a normal glove, okay, wear a normal glove and you move your fingers, okay, then your knuckle portions will be facing some kind of friction, and it will cause a lot of harm. Okay, so now think, if we are having this discomfort while living on the earth, what will happen to the astronaut in the space? They'll have a lot of problems in their knuckle part. So what they did was they enlarged the knuckle part so that they can move their knuckles freely. Everyone understanding this? Okay. Okay.
Maybe by the
So
end of the channel, I'll allow unmute for everyone.
okay. Okay, then as Ria just told us that difficult to remove the gloves. Of course, it was very difficult. So what they did was they added a special glove first. They used to wear a cotton glove first, and then they wear the astronaut glove so that it do not harm the hands of the astronauts, and it can be removed or worn easily. Okay, so what were the challenges faced? Like more challenges, more complex challenges if we see. Anyone here heard about the fingernail delamination?
Fingernail lamination.
Delamination. No?
Okay.
Okay.
Go on. Yeah.
I see something in the chat box. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, Ria, do you want to speak something?
Okay. Unmute.
Okay. So, fingernail delamination, if I tell you, the fingernail of a hand detaches from its nail bed. You understand, the nail completely detaches from your hand, and this happens because of the extreme temperature changes again, and because of the size change of the astronaut gloves. Now imagine how painful is that to an astronaut who is working in the space. So if I tell you this problem, till date, no proper solution has been found to this problem. Only the astronauts are suggested to cut their nails very short before going to the space, or they just put on band-aids, a lot of band-aids to add some extra protection on their hands to prevent this fingernail delamination.
Fingernail delamination.
Right.
I
Naman,
think there's
yes,
a
you were
separate
right.
topic you can find from this fingernail delamination.
Yes.
Okay. Pranav, yes?
Will they add bandage while we get hurt?
Yes, that is done once your work is done outside the space. Then you have to go inside the space, and then you will be treated well. But while working, you cannot do anything. Only the astronauts face a lot of pain because the nail completely detaches, and you cannot do anything about it. You have to continue working. So scientists have to find some new ways to keep the work going on without compromising the safety of the astronaut.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, so if I tell you what are the future designs, who was it? Naman, the future designs again. Design of the future, which I was telling you, the robotic hands. So currently, we are in Vaayusastra, we are working on this design. This design is basically that we'll make a glove. In the glove, we'll add some actuators, we'll add some motors, we'll add sensors, which will help the astronaut to flex their muscles, to work with their hands easily in the space, and to prevent the fingernail delamination also. This is a very protective method, and NASA has not completely sent this method, like this glove, to the space, but there has been, if you want to read, then there is a Robonaut Hand 1 and a Robonaut Hand 2, which provides the same things in the astronaut gloves. They have the proper sensors, actuators, motors, and everything with the robotic technology, which is very helpful in the future. And this will surely be one design which will go in space, definitely. Yeah, so that
So India is
I-
preparing for Gaganyaan mission. So hopefully within 2 years we get to make this and we get to propose ISRO as well. So let's
Right.
hope. And I'm making the future scientists also ready. By the time we finish it, I'll have more than 100 people for you to work for this. Let's see.
Okay, so by that, I just finish it with a lots of ideas and evolvements which are going in your head, like different ideas. So anyone who has some idea or any questions, have the platform now.
Yes. So this
You can
question
answer
time,
them.
student, whatever doubts you have, you can just ask question. Anything. Anything. Mandrea.
Arun, it's a fingernail delamination, the first one, not fingernail delamination. It's fingernail delamination.
So yeah. But Tarun, you can unmute and ask. Okay. Oh, that he's asking a personal question. So Riansh, you can interact with Shristi regarding your ideas. Maybe I'll connect her with her personally as well. So question time. Any doubts on the presentation? You can ask now. This is the
Or
time.
any new idea which is evolving in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Any new ideas? Welcome. Who can give an idea for an astronaut suit design? Come on, future scientist.
Yes, Pranav, an idea.
Okay, Ria has next one. Okay.
Actually, I used to watch a channel named Bright Side, but before I don't know what. But I found that in Mars we will be walking in the outer space without any suit. And after I saw that video, I was thinking like, what? And I did not watch that video yet.
Okay, so that thing is actually colonization on Mars. We create a different artificial gravity which matches the gravity of the Earth, and people can actually live on the Mars without any spacesuits. You were right. You can watch that video now, I guess.
I think a lot of people here, they do presentations on Mars colonization. They just, yeah. I think there are like 3 companies, they like keep doing presentations on Mars colonization. The aerospace now, Target Space and SpaceX. So Ria, you want to give any ideas for astronaut suit?
Or anything related you have
Anything.
seen, or
Naman, Aryan, Trijit, Darsh is here. Darsh, you can give some inputs how to design astronaut suit or any new innovative ideas.
No, sir, I don't know.
Okay, Darsh is part of Target Space. Yeah. So their company, Target Space. Adrit is here. We have Madhyesh. So a lot of children having exam tomorrow, still they are sitting here. That's what I'm wondering. What? Okay. Tarun, yes? Want to say something? Okay. Fine. Done. Okay, if you have any questions, you can just put it in chat box. And if you want to do research about astronaut suits or you want to discuss anything, I can connect with Sristi anytime. Okay, Ria.
Ria,
Yes, Ria.
Akka, you told that there is water tank in the spacesuit, but how they will drink inside the spacesuit?
Okay, yeah. So there's a tube which is connected from their backpack to to the helmet. Okay, the water pipe which come directly to their mouth. Okay, you got it? Like we have those mics in the our headphones. That way we have the different tubes which carries water. So astronauts have no problem drinking water from that.
Guys, you can unmute yourself now. I have activated that option. Nice. Okay. I think that on basic. Okay, Tarun has a doubt. Yes, Tarun. Oh, he's sending personal message. Okay, fine. Sorry. Oh, you typed it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's regarding team, no? That's I will send you personal message. Okay. Thank you, Sristi. That's like an intro session on intro, and it also had a lot of uh, new information for a lot of students here. When a lot of them already got introduced to a bit of astronaut suits or colonization, all the pressure difference. We had a complete session on what will happen to us in space,
Okay.
how to protect
Yes.
us, and how this Apollo mission happened. No? So what are the difficulties they faced
Yes.
when they reached the first time? The 5 difficulties. Even they broke one switch, and how this astronaut used one pen to fix it.
So also for a fact, every astronaut in a space maintains a journal.
Okay.
They write about their daily tasks. They write about their living conditions in the space, and they share when they come back to the Earth. They share that with everyone.
Oh, look,
You
listen.
can also see some journals on the internet. They are there. They just write about the difficulties, the experience they have in the space.
See, future astronauts, note this. So if you go to space, you need to maintain a journal, like maintain a book of what happens to you every day. The Indian astronauts are called Vyomnauts. So, and India is also sending a robot, a humanoid robot to space as well. And hopefully it had this, the mission will happen next year. And there's much more awareness on astronaut so or space travel, all these things. So we are targeting to that day. So yes, thank you, Sristi, for a wonderful presentation, and hope they are kind of interactive. The students, anyway, they are all our future scientists from grade 4 to 9, and this is the first time I'm introducing one research intern from Vaayusastra's tech team. And future, every week we'll have one research intern as part of this future scientist meet. And already 2-3 people already given their topics as well. And children, you will have one actual researchers with you, interacting with you, guiding you as well. Okay, utilize this. Thank you so much. And Naman, someone, yeah, Vyomnath, sir, Indian astronaut. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Okay, Sristi, we have one presentation from one of the future scientists.
Sure.
That's our Yuga Vardha. Where is he?
Okay.
Wait, let me put him. I'll pin him. Yuga Engirikira. Okay. So Yuga is, let me introduce Yuga first. So Yuga is grade 8 student from Lalaji Memorial Omega International School, Kalapakkam, and he is going to present on this topic, multiverse. So he has this weird habit of confusing people or making them to go crazy with this all his presentations. And yes, Yuga, you can. The stage is all yours, and Sristi is here, so she will give you feedbacks on your presentation as well. Yes, you can unmute yourself.
So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is a very short presentation, not much words, but just the thing that I wanted to share. It is in the form of the video. Most of the PPT is in form of a video. So I'm sorry, I did not include a lot of words.
It's okay.
So what is multiverse? A multiverse is a theoretical reality that includes a possible number of infinite number of parallel universe. There are unlimited possibilities. Example, you're a goalkeeper. The ball is coming to you at at an incredible speed and you manage to stop it. But in a different universe, you don't, or you stop it in a different way. So there are endless possibilities as there are endless number of parallel universe.
Nice. It's like
So,
spreading your
sir,
cat
it is not much of words, sir. So
Okay.
it is just a video, sir, mostly.
But I want to ask you one thing.
Yes.
How are you so sure that there'll be many universes?
No, I'm telling that. Okay, you just watch the video, then you ask me questions.
Okay.
Yoga, share sound.
Oh, sorry.
The multiverse. So we had a lot of sessions on this as well. We discussed about
Like it or not, life is full of regrets and embarrassing moments. You sleep through your alarm and miss a flight, spill coffee on your shirt, call your date by the wrong name. Ooh! Anyway, all of this sounds pretty awesome as it gives endless opportunities. But is there any scientific proof that it could be real? To answer that question, let's start small. Is a super hot, small, dense point with no stars or any form or structure whatsoever. About 13.8 billion years ago, give or take, this tiny point started.
So Sristi, you have a question in YouTube Live. So it is possible if any meteor hit the spacesuit.
Yes, I have answered that.
Answer on that.
will have gone by for everyone else than for you. So you'll have traveled to the future, even if it's not by much. Another possible option to travel to the future is tens of thousands of times larger than currently available. The next step would be building a collider around the outer edge of the solar system. However, even if scientists find evidence that other universes exist, it's still unlikely that humans will ever be able to interact with them. But maybe in an alternative universe, they've already found a way to exchange information and travel to other universes and times. Maybe that oddly dressed guy you saw on the bus the other day is from another dimension. Kinda look like Will Smith too. Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And
Actually, from multi-universe, I remember there was one accident when one person had told is from some other country. It did not exist.
Yeah, that's the man from Torrent.
Yes, sir. Once you had taught us in the session.
Yeah. Yes. Then we learned about this Kakudmi story, the king Kakudmi. We learned about, I think even for some sessions, I told about the Mandela effect. There's
Can we use the word what if for the multiverse
yeah.
for endless possibilities?
Okay. Yuga just showed a video which shows like what is multiverse and this all this teenage movie stuffs. Okay.
The chat box is written there.
I think I need to, yeah. Okay, so we have some question in YouTube live. Yeah. Okay, she answered it there itself. Okay, I'll ask here also. Can we It is for what? Can we
I
make
don't know.
spacesuit like Iron Man suit, which can talk to us and revert to our questions like Google Assistant or Alexa?
Harvest.
No, that can be a bit of a like a very future perspective of it if I look into it, because there is a need of internet in that, and because of those lines, the it can cause a delay of commands if we use these Alexa or anything there. So for the direct command, for the on the spot thing, we need the direct communication from the commander of the spacecraft itself. The actions in the space have to be very spontaneous. It cannot be in any delay. So maybe that Alexa can work only in the Earth environment. For space, we have commanders on board.
Okay. So any more questions?
Sir,
Yes.
can we travel to a multiverse?
Can we travel to a multiverse? Yes, I
No.
think every day we are traveling. Every day you get a daydream or dream. I think from my perspective, we are traveling to multiverse. Yeah, what is dream? Who can explain? We have no clue. It just comes, right? So maybe we are traveling to multiverse.
Like now, if I travel to a multiverse, there will be like two versions of myself.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe
In the
more.
sir, in a multiverse, maybe there'll be one place where dreams are real and life is fake.
Yes, exactly.
Means we are the original.
Maybe we are a dream for the person who is living in that dream. Yeah, that is multiverse. So I told you, no, the Schrodinger's cat experiment. You get a cat gift. Until you open the gift, we don't know whether the cat is alive or it is like just sleeping or
Schrodinger's cat. So
yeah. What did I say? Schrodinger, yes. Okay. Parallel. Yes. So thank you, Sristi, thank you, Yuga. So probably from next week you can see more future scientists jumping in. Yeah, because I think for most of them the schools exams also started, I guess. Online or offline or exam வந்துட்டே தான் இருக்கு. என்ன பண்றது? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is the first uh, presentation by our technical research intern from Vaayusastra team. In future, we'll have a lot more every week. So we'll have a lot of future scientists as well. And okay, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. A lot of people watched it on live as well. Yeah, okay. So see you all next week with the chapter 19 and 20 and with the new set of topics and a new set of presenters and all are like future of humanity. As I always say, the 20 people sitting here all are like future of humanity who are going to take humanity to next level. I believe in that. And most of them hopefully become Vyomnauts, because I think all of them can become astronauts, because the space travel is something becoming very usual now. Maybe there's a concept called space elevator. There's a magnetic levitation concept also. The work is also going on. If it happens, people will travel to space in like $50, $60, just like how people travel in plane. It will become like that. That will happen within like 10-20 years span. Yeah, that's all. Students, if you have any questions, you can ask right now. Otherwise, I can end this stream and we can have a general conversation as we usually do. Okay, thank you so much. See you all on next week with a new set of topics.